Welcome to this channel, our Moments with God, where I try to share with you some humble reflections on the daily Mass readings. But before I go further, may I please request you to kindly subscribe and press the bell icon to this channel. Thank you very much. So, yesterday we were speaking about how Jesus, before his ascension, was telling his disciples that I have a few things to tell you, but you will not be able to bear them now. And the previous day, you remember, he was again preparing to leave for heaven, and he was a bit disappointed that none of his disciples asked him, where are you going? So we saw that those two reflections in the last 2 days. And as I told you, here in Europe, today, Thursday, is already the Feast of Ascension, whereas in the rest of the Universal Church, it will be celebrated on the coming Sunday, the Ascension Sunday. But where we do not celebrate Ascension, the reading of the Mass today is Jesus said to his disciples, a little while and you will no longer see me, and again a little while later and you will see me. So some of his disciples said to one another, what does this mean that he is saying to us, a little while and you will not see me, and again a little while and you will not see me, and because I am going to the Father? So they said, what is this little while of which he speaks? We do not know what he means. Now, this is important, I think, in my personal reflections and also in my relationship with Jesus, that often, first of all, it is difficult for us to listen to Jesus, because you are too much occupied with grief, as in yesterday's gospel. He said that you will not be able to bear because your hearts are filled with grief. And we said that because of grief, we do not always understand and catch his words. But there could be also other reasons. But the fact is, as the gospel today says, they did not understand what he meant. And they started talking to each other and saying, what does this mean that he's saying to us, a little while and you will not see me, and again a little while and you will see me, and because I am going to the Father? So they said, what is this little while of which he is talking? Clearly, it means that we do not always understand what Jesus tries to tell us or what God is trying to tell us. Of course, I know there are some people who claim very convincingly, God told me this, or God came in my dream and told me this, and God has commanded me this. Well, I am no one to judge, but as far as I know, God does not speak so directly to people. I don't know, at least that is not my experience. Secondly, even when he does speak, I am speaking from the gospel, even when he does speak, as he does in today's gospel, they do not understand. Remember, they are in his presence, in the presence of Jesus. They can see him, they listen to him with their own ears, and yet they do not understand, and they are talking to one another. What does he mean by saying, a little while you will see me, and a little while you will see me no longer? So, one must be wary of people who claim that God told me this clearly. Maybe he does, I am not sure. At least that is not my experience. I know also of great mystics, of great saints who spend a lot of time in prayer to discern the will of God. And this was the famous teaching from Saint Ignatius of Loyola. He taught the Jesuits or his followers how to discern the will of God, how to discern God's plans in your life. And for that, There is a process. One needs to spend a lot of time in prayer. One needs to, see what is right, what is not right, what is coming, what gives you peace of mind, etc. There are various steps of trying to reach a decision and to arrive at what could be God's will. So one must be always be careful, and certainly it does not mean that God will not reveal his will to us or God will not show his plans to us. In this moment, of course, Jesus is planning to leave the earth, and he will be ascending to his Father in heaven. And therefore, the disciples are, of course, a bit confused. They are a bit sad, as he mentioned yesterday in the Gospel. They do not know what to say. That's why they did not ask him, "Where are you going?" etc. So, this state of mind of confusion, particularly in the times of pain and suffering, or even in doubts. Sometimes we do not understand why things are happening to us. So, these are moments that we should remain with and try to go back to the invitation of Jesus, where he said, "Remain in me, remain in my love, and you are my friends." I wish you all the best and request you once again to please subscribe. Thank you.